Good afternoon, good morning to all those watching us from across the Atlantic, and welcome to this Santander X Tomorrow Challenge final. This is an unusual ceremony, as you can see, but these are changing times and social distancing times. So no matter how far we actually are from each other right now, we are together in this challenge of making the future a better place to live in. All together now. 2020 has been a very difficult year. A lot has changed in the past few months, and this is just putting things mildly. It's easy to feel more than a little overwhelmed by the news about this COVID-19 crisis in its economical, social, and health way. But there is a big truth in all this. It hasn't reduced the courage of you entrepreneurs. On the contrary, it's been an impulse to take the risk and be the lever that will take us a step further. We must underline this and say thank you for the responsibility that you are assuming. So today, we are on a mission to highlight the good, the amazing ideas that you entrepreneurs from all over the world have had to help us overcome the many different challenges that this pandemic has brought. This is more than ever a time for visionary entrepreneurs. We know that you are facing a wide range of new difficulties, but let's bear this in mind too. None of us is fighting this alone. This is why Santander X wants to support you. The purpose of this initiative is not to look where we are right now, but where we are going to be in the next few months and years. We want to help you shape the change we are living. So, although this Tomorrow Challenge finishes today, if you have an idea, Santander X offers you many opportunities to make it happen. Just enter its website, explore it, register, and find a project that suits you. Before starting, just let me tell you that today the conversation around this event in the social media such as Twitter or Instagram will be concentrated in the hashtag Tomorrow Challenge. Please feel free to use it as much as you want, and we also invite you to follow Santander X profiles to keep you updated on every new project. Before starting, without further delay, let me welcome now Ana Botín, Executive Chairman of Banco Santander. She will explain a bit further the reason to be of this Santander X Tomorrow Challenge. Good afternoon, Ana, and welcome.
Thank you. How are you?
Very good, thank you. Go ahead, we're listening to you. You have so many things to tell us and to ask the members of the jury.
Yes, well, first of all, thank you everybody for joining us today. It's indeed a strange new world. You walk out of the house and you have to wear masks. You cannot say a real hello to your friends and family many times, working from home. And of course, a lot of people, families suffering, and millions of people out of jobs. And around all of this, hoping we can find a vaccine and a treatment. And very importantly, how all of us together, collectively, but also individually, can find ways of getting our economy going again. I get asked many times, and I'm sure all of you do, is how is this going to change us? And honestly, I think it's early days, but what I know is that we're going to be seeing a different world. I am quite sure that behaviors, in some sense and in certain ways, will change for good. To me, one of the biggest lessons in this pandemic, and of course we all know that, is that we know that a network, a system, a society is only as strong as its weakest link. And what we've seen in the crisis is the vulnerabilities of our health systems, of our labor markets, also of governments, and of course, businesses. When you see that from one day to the next, hundreds of people lose their jobs, and you see literally in my own country, in Spain, tens of thousands of small businesses disappearing, something needs to change. And more importantly, we need to do something. And again, when I get asked, how do you react in a situation like this? The first thing, of course, is paying attention to the urgent. It's what I call the survival phase. And of course, that has meant taking care of ourselves, our families, our employees, those that are sick. Then it's what happens next. And here, what I see is a huge opportunity. We have a huge opportunity to build back stronger. And this is about ideas, but it's also about taking action. And it's about building a better, stronger society for everybody. So again, our future now depends on embracing change once again. And it's clear, and we're not the first to say that. Darwin wrote about this 180 years ago, I think. And that is that one of the greatest skills, or one of the greatest things we can learn, is the capacity to adapt to change. We know that we're going to be facing uncertainties. That's not a new thing for us or for business. And we also know, and especially when you lead a large company, but it also applies to smaller ones, is that innovation is one of the drivers of success. The other thing I believe very strongly is that we will only get out of this together. It's about governments, businesses, universities, all of us working together. For us at Santander, and I've said this for many years, it means I, myself and my team, we all strongly believe in delivering profit with purpose. Of course, it means delivering returns to shareholders. But as I always say to my team, it's about delivering on the numbers, but delivering in the right way. It's not just about the what, it's about the how, because that's what delivers sustainable growth. We identified in our case, our purpose, very important and very clear, is to help people and businesses prosper. And when I get asked, what is it you'd like to be remembered for? I always say, for building a responsible business, a responsible bank. And it's not just about our day-to-day operations, which of course is the most important thing. If you think about 200,000 people across Europe and the Americas helping businesses, that's a big potential positive impact if we do our work in the right way. We also want to help to tackle challenges that face all of us as a society, like climate change, and of course now COVID, and financial inclusion. So at a critical point last spring, we, in the middle of the COVID, and my colleagues at Santander Universities, Javier and the team, came up with an idea, which is to launch the Santander X Tomorrow Challenge, which, by the way, was part of a €100 million response that, as a company, but also us personally, as workers for the company, contributed to respond to the coronavirus. And so, again, it's reaffirming our commitment of many years, 20 years actually, to education, to employment, and entrepreneurship. Our aim, very simple, it was to harness the talent of you all, universities, entrepreneurial community, to help people and businesses through the COVID crisis and beyond, through Santander X, which is our entrepreneurship platform. And we called for proposals around 4 themes: 2 challenges focused on people, rework and reskill, and 2 with focus on companies, relaunch and reinvent. And we're very proud to share with you today that more than 5,000 entrepreneurs in 35 countries accepted the challenge and presented us with 2,251 projects in the 4 areas mentioned. So again, I want to thank our experts from around the world who selected the 40 final contenders who are with us today. Thank you again for joining. And the jury who have determined the 20 winners, 5 for each category. And each of you will receive a cash prize of €20,000, but very importantly, mentoring, global exposure for your project, and a roadshow with potential investors. So again, I want a very special thanks for all of you who helped make this exciting initiative a reality. And very special thanks to the Inter-American Development Bank and MIT, who shared their knowledge, but also resources and experience with all of us. Also to those who evaluated the project and the 20 mentors who will be supporting the entrepreneurs in the coming months. And of course, to my colleagues around the world at Santander. But above all, a huge thanks to all of the entrepreneurs, because you're the ones that are going to make this world a better place. And I want to say that the quality of your projects is amazing. And I'm sure that many more than the 40 final contenders will succeed. And if we can help you in any way, please reach out to us. And I wish you all the best.
Thank you, Anna. I know you know the members of the jury have been working hard these days to choose the very best projects we've received. So I know you want to ask them a few questions about it.
So we have here our expert panel. Again, thank you guys for joining today. So maybe I go first to Kathleen. Kathleen is Executive Director at the MIT Center for Collective Intelligence and Reskill Judge. So Kathleen, I could ask you many questions, but I guess, what kind of reality do you perceive after COVID? Regardless of the very uncertain financial, regulatory, and legal environment before, is this going to get harder for entrepreneurs? How do you see the ecosystem for entrepreneurs going forward? Any advice you can give to all of our friends here?
All right, Anna, thanks so much. And I'm really thrilled to be here with you and all of this jury and your team. Of course, as you said, the pandemic is creating a lot of hardships, and it's really showing a lot of the weaknesses in our systems. But at the same time, as you said, too, it's also an opportunity. And I think it's especially an opportunity for entrepreneurs, which are always creative and can see opportunities in those areas of hardship. We need startups to help us to adopt to this new world rapidly and be able to see those opportunities and help us create the systems that we need to be really successful in the future. I want to say that I was in February. Now, do we remember back in February? It seems like years ago. I was in Colombia with the president of Colombia, and I was co-hosting a fellowship with the Eisenhower Fellows, a summit on the future of education and skilling and learning. And at that time, we were talking about how digital was going to transform it, but experts were saying it was going to take 5 years to happen. Fast forward 1 month, and all education was digital and online. And you're seeing the rise of entrepreneurs, taking charge and figuring out how can we bring those new technologies to bear immediately. And in these companies that we evaluated in the Reskilling Challenge that I looked at for this prize, saw some excellent companies that are going to be able to help us transform those worlds. And then, of course, at MIT, we're activating on so many fronts, as you would imagine, where we're creating new systems and new types of organizations to help us to respond to this great challenge. At the Center for Collective Intelligence, we launched a Supermind activation of experts, bringing people from all around the world on a digital platform to help us identify what are the most critical unmet needs and how can we start to launch new organizations and companies and give entrepreneurs a boost to create the solutions that we need for a better tomorrow. So I'd say we are in a difficult moment right now, but ultimately I believe that it's going to help our world be a better place faster. And thank you so much, for hosting this challenge. Great.
No, thank you so much. And thanks to MIT for the amazing work you do for students and researchers and many others across the world. So if I may go next to Jonathan. Jonathan is Hackers Founders CEO and Rework Judge. And Jonathan, so we're very proud that we were just named by Euromoney the best bank for SMEs in Europe and Latin America. And during the pandemic, I had the chance to visit some of our SME customers. And my big worry is that this pandemic is hurting those that are most vulnerable. So hospitality, small micro entrepreneurs, they're really suffering. And, we know that it's going to take at least 12 months, 18 months to get back to normal. So, my question is, actually I have two questions that are related. One is, do you think that the solutions that you've looked at in the challenge can help SMEs, especially these ones that are more vulnerable, to reinvent themselves into new business models? And related to that is, what would be the solution, if there is one, that you saw in all these projects that can help more, i.e. can have a bigger impact on more small and medium-sized companies. Because this is really, I think, for all of us should be a big concern, that we emerge stronger by helping.
No, absolutely. And I was really excited about were projects that were, helping farmers to actually be able to deliver their produce to market and find new customers for their markets. I'm very excited about companies that are actually helping to reskill and to retrain, people for the new reality. I mean, fact of the matter is that face-to-face business is going to be extremely hard for the next, 12 to 24 months until we can find a vaccine and vaccinate 5.3 billion people around the globe. And so, all business is going to have to become much more digital, much more contactless. And, I think that startups actually do have an amazing opportunity right now, as well as amazing challenges, but an amazing opportunity to actually be able to help these new generation of businesses succeed. And things like financial inclusion, we've talked about for years, things about, banking the unbanked, these things are really huge challenges. And I suspect that it's going to be startups that are going to start finding the solution to these to actually help, the poorest of the poor, to actually help find new ways to bank these people, to actually help provide them tools so that they can actually succeed and prosper.
Okay, so thank you. Yeah, it's as you said, there's many challenges which hopefully we can now take sort of, a big step forward. We're seeing a big change in inclusion, but also the potential for a bigger gap opening. So I think there's both sides, right? And so bridging the gap is really what we should all try together. Thank you. So if I can go to Giuliano from Inter-American Development Bank. Giuliano's head of innovation and creativity and Relaunch judge, and which is reminding me, we met in Brazil when he was at Endeavor. Amazing organization, by the way. We have a great relationship in Brazil. So, I guess, again, I mean, maybe it's a bit the same as a question as before, but, I'm very keen to understand if you have found, or what kinds of solutions have you found in the entrepreneurship community that can help us with these new society needs post-COVID, which in a way is not much different from before. It's just getting more urgent, right? And what recommendations would you share if you are actually talking to a lot of startup entrepreneurs? What is it they should be focusing on most importantly? What should be their priority to succeed?
Well, hi, Anna, and hi, everybody. Thank you so much for the invitation. It's an honor for us at the Inter-American Development Bank to partner with you on this challenge. I must say that I heard once from Linda Rothenberg, one of the founders of Endeavor, one sentence that I think it has a lot to do with the moment that we are living right now, which is when the economies and the society goes down, the entrepreneurs must look up. And I feel that this is the part of the challenge that we have right now. There are many problems that we are having to deal at the same time during this pandemic. There are a lot of new opportunities for the companies and for the entrepreneurs who want to challenge and tackle those problems. So I think the most important thing right now for the entrepreneurs that are in the middle of a huge crisis and having to reinvent themselves in the business and having to reinvent themselves in the opportunities that they must pursue is focus on the right problems. So nowadays we are looking at many different problems, not only in the world. We are our focus in Latin America and the Caribbean, which is one of the regions that are most impacted by the crisis right now. We are seeing challenges in every single direction, from health to education to the infrastructure side. And for us, the most important thing right now is to count on the entrepreneurs and count on the optimism of the entrepreneurs and the innovative spirit of the entrepreneurs to make the solutions happen and go to market. And if we can help them by initiatives like this one, we are making a huge step to make these innovations come into life and getting ready to solve the problems that the society has right now.
Thank you so much. IDB does great work, and I want to say thank you for all the work and the help you give to Latin America. And so our last speaker is Cristina Pombo, also from the Inter-American Development Bank. Cristina is Sector Social Department and Reskill Judge. Everything we've discussed is important, but to me, probably, I have to say, your last but not least, actually, I think reskilling is probably the biggest opportunity that we have going forward. And I have to tell you, because this affects me as a company, Santander, it affects everybody. I have great people in technology, but they just write in COBOL, which is not exactly the language that is used by coders. And so everybody has to reskill. And my question is, what are the skills that people will need? But also, how do we, and even large companies, how do we find the tools to reskill our teams? The companies, and I know there's some amazing ideas here in this group, but this to me is probably the single biggest challenge of our generation, is how do we, at the same time as we automate, find, good jobs for everybody. It's something that we have a lot of work to do on that, no?
I couldn't agree more, Anna. And we saw great startups in the reskilling section. And what I was thinking when listening to them was that if you know anything about the theory of behavior, is that it tells us that it takes time to change habits and behavioral patterns. And if anything, COVID-19 had the ability to radically change our basic behaviors from one day to another. For me, Anna, if you ask me, the most important skill that the entrepreneurs need, or even people in the work, not only the adaptability part, but having great communication skills. And you may say, is that true? In a world where you are not seeing people in third dimension, but in virtually, you need to be very assertive, very good in telling your message. And for startups, that is very important now more than ever. How you convey your message in the best possible way. So the tools, I think there's a lot of amazing startups now trying to teach or to bring the new workforce to this environment. If you start thinking about the called soft skills, the 21st century skills, that would be a game changer. Not only learning how to code, that's very important, but as you said, the ability to interact in a very completely different world, and as well in being able to cope with uncertainty and with this new way of doing things. I think you may see this in your company, Anna, that when you have great minds that are able to adapt and to be ready to change and ready to see new things, that the best people to have you around. So skills for sure are the game changers of the future.
Thank you so much, Cristina. So thank you everybody again for being with us and for the time you've put into this effort. It's greatly appreciated, not just by Santander, but by all the entrepreneurs, and you're doing a hugely important job for society, and please keep at it. We need you.
And we need you as well, Anna, so thank you very much. We need companies like Santander. Thank you very much.
No, and again, thank you to all the entrepreneurs, and please make sure that if we can help you in any other way, not just the 20 finalists, but everybody else, reach out to us. We're on Instagram and social media, and Santander, we're present, so hopefully you can find us. Thanks again to everybody, and thanks Javier and your team, because you guys have organized all this. Great job.
This is so exciting. Thank you, Anna. Thank you very much, Anna and Diajuri, for your time, your commitment, and for letting us know your thoughts on this incredible experience. As you know, early this week took place the online pitching of the selected projects, 40 remarkable startups. It was an exciting moment in which you showed us your ideas, the hard work behind them, and your thrust to change things as we know them now. A big experience not only for its goal and the greatness of the ideas, but also for its significant numbers. Starting on a total amount of 2,251 registered startups. And let's see some more of these great figures and our finalists thrilled during the online pitching. As we were saying, a great experience. Today is the day in which this International Open Innovation Challenge comes to an end, and this is the time to get to know the final winners. Let's announce them, and we are going to start with Relaunch. Are you ready? Let's go. Relaunch has received 551 applications of solutions that try to reopen or adapt to fulfill new market needs of this community post-COVID-19. The jury has been Borja Oyarzábal, CEO at Tres Mares Capital, Jackie Highland, founder at A55, Jinan Abounadi, Executive Director of Sandbox Innovation Fund Program, Juliano Seabra, Division Chief Innovation and Creativity, Knowledge Innovation and Communication at IDB Lab, and Juan Olaizola, COO at Banco Santander España. I leave it to Jackie Highland to dig a little deeper into it.
So businesses can fulfill the new market needs post-COVID, I think, by first assessing and seeing where their business fits in the new problems that are popping up. The obvious markets that are needed are around helping small businesses survive, restaurants, and then medical. So there's big industries that are having huge shifts where you can focus more attention to there. Or if your business was in something different, you can think about what are the new current problems and how can we pivot towards addressing those needs given the new reality? Because while a lot of things have shifted and changed and some industries have taken a really big economic hit, there are still now new issues to fix and to face and to help businesses and people solve.
So it's time now. Here I am with all the finalists live. I can feel your thrill. We can't hold it anymore. The winners of Relaunch category are Matter Dynamics, Human IT Care, Let's Go, VU Security, and Commodore. Congratulations to all of you, and let's find out more about your projects.
Oh, okay. So we convert non-electronic objects into smart units, and we do this to bring closer consumers and producers in a closer tight circle that can rely on trust and convenience to acquire your food at home.
So their value proposition is clear. It's to provide better and faster clinical decisions and to reduce the cost of hospitalizations from the hospital.
Yeah, our value proposition is to create technology that can impact citizens and promote the financial inclusions while we protect the most valuable asset that you have, that is your reputation.
Yeah, I think what we're doing in Let's Go is trying to make legal as simple as possible for founders. So you can tell that there's a huge resistance on how to do this. Product Let's Go is in a great position to put all the legal advice that is very specialized into software. So this providing of contract automation and advice is doing everything through the product. So I think that's our secret sauce, as someone would say.
Well, Commodore is a guest management platform for tourist lodgings that enables property managers to digitize and improving the hospitality experience, automating process completely like the check-in, thanks to our integrations and simple to use technology.
Very nice work. Thank you all for your participation. We all share your joy for your success and wish you all the best with your projects. Let's go now with the next category. Reinvent is about finding solutions that support SMEs to be able to adapt their business models most affected by this COVID-19 crisis. This has been the category that received the biggest number of applications, a total amount of 809. The jury in this category is Cristina Álvarez, Global CTO at Banco Santander; Shoban Dulea, CEO Mass Challenge; José Pacheco, Co-Director of Master of E&G Advanced Manufacturing and Design at MIT; César Buenadicha, Chief Discovery at IDV Lab; and Ángel Rivera, Senior Executive Vice President Retail and Commercial Banking at Santander, Mexico. José Pacheco is going to tell us a bit more about this category.
So businesses have to reinvent based on what is happening in the current marketplace. And the most dynamic and responsive businesses are the ones that are going to win in this next new normal that we're seeing. And what I'm excited about seeing is how these businesses are responding to the current needs and thinking about how the world's going to be different. And the innovations that we saw, how they're thinking about applying sometimes older technologies in new ways, as well as new technologies in new ways as well, is quite exciting. I'm actually very hopeful about some of these solutions because I think they're going to change the way we interact as a community, as societies.
And here I am again with the finalists of this category. You must know we are watching you live on this streaming, so we are now going to know the winners of Reinvent. And they are Motion Miners, Simples Receitas, Flick, Fofu, and Biwika. Congratulations! Yeah, we can see your happiness and we are happy with you as well. Let's see how you talk about your solutions.
Sure. So COVID-19 is disrupting children education and therapies due to social distancing. At FAFU, we are reinventing special education and therapy through the use of technology and games, where therapists and teachers can remotely manage and conduct their sessions, while parents and children are guided in the most fun way.
So Bevica makes it easy for SMEs to be more cyber secure with an intuitive and affordable self-service platform. What's in it for Santander? It is to help their clients be safer whilst also accessing non-banking revenues. And thank you everyone for listening and these amazing questions. So thank you.
Especially in small and medium-sized companies, the new situation causes a lot of additional effort, which distracts from the focus of the business. Documentation, implementation, monitoring of hygiene measures. We help the small companies to automate this task and to focus again on their core business, by automating these tedious tasks coming together with COVID.
Yeah, the mission is really simple, Alex. We just want to make it really easy for companies to monitor the remote equipment in real time. We have been selling the solution in the industrial sector, and we're eager to expand into the home services market in the coming months. To make it really simple for companies to identify what's wrong with an equipment before you send somebody.
We generate a new revenue streams for the drugstore, and also avoid the social contact with the patient, especially that is in the group of high risk for COVID-19. So we could also reshape the industry and also avoid in COVID-19 fighting.
Very well done. We hope you take the most out of this prize. This can be only the beginning of 5 great stories. Congratulations. Let's go now with the following category. "401 projects registered in Reskill." This category looks for solutions that can help people develop new skills to become more competitive professionals after this coronavirus crisis. The jury for Reskill is formed by Roberto Di Bernardini, Global Head of Human Resources at Banco Santander; Adrián García Araños, President at Endeavor; Kathleen Kennedy, Executive Director at MIT Center for Collective Intelligence; Cristina Pombo, Sector Advisor, Social Sector at IDB Lab; and José Manuel Manzano, Head of Middle Market Banking at Santander Chile. Now, Roberto Di Bernardini is going to walk us through this category.
Well, first of all, the pandemic has accelerated the need of acquiring new skills. We knew from pre-COVID that continuous learning is an important topic, but now we know that it is a critical topic. So we need to be in connection with what the labor market is in need of, and use upskilling, reskilling tools, platforms to make sure that what we can offer to the market continue to help our employability. This is a critical topic for everyone. There is no one safe for continuous learning.
This is Reskill, and these are the 10 finalists. You can all see them, well, only some of them, but let's see who are the winners of Reskill. Arcooks, Bedu, Ada, Filmpedia, and Sapiens. Congratulations to all of you. Some of them can't believe it. And let's see what your solutions are about.
Bedu allows you to learn any skill that you want in a way that is cost efficient, effective, and fun. That's it.
Well, what we said, it's a video learning platform. It's the Netflix for education. And what we do is we transform existing films into strong, full, and powerful tools for learning.
Yeah, it's very easy. At Sapiens, we focus on helping people to have the most accurate knowledge they might need whenever they need it. That's our goal. So easy, so simple. Provide knowledge to the people, provide a way to access to it or to get it when they need it. That's it.
Arcooks is an e-learning company where students and professionals in the construction industry can learn everything they need to design a better future for the cities and communities around the world.
Ada is a non-profit social enterprise with the mission to empower women through technology. We do this through coding bootcamps only for women that we train in technical skills and soft skills to then connect them with job opportunities.
Very nice work. I'm sure these prizes will be the big impulse you need to make your projects come true. Good luck to you all, and let's go with the last category. And it is rework. Rework involves finding solutions to the unemployment problem caused by the COVID-19 crisis. And encouraging auto-employment can be one of those solutions. The jury that assessed the almost 500 startups that signed up in this category is Lara de Mesa, Global Head of Responsible Banking at Banco Santander; Jonathan Nelson, CEO and founder of Hackers and Founders; Svava Gronfeld, Senior Advisor to the Dean at MIT SA+P; Elena Heredero, Private Sector Lead Specialist on Education and Future of Work at IDB Lab; and Karin Bueno, Head of Sustainability at Santander Brazil. Elena Heredero is going to tell us more about this big challenge.
Well, I think unemployment can be reduced by providing people and the workforce with the right set of skills to be relevant in the 21st century, and also to connect them with careers and job opportunities that are in high demand right now. So I think that would be a way to really reduce unemployment, no? To first of all, let the people know what are the skills that the marketplace is needing, providing those types of skills, and of course connecting with new job opportunities and skills and jobs that are in high demand.
Such a challenge, really. Here I am again with all the last 10 finalists. You can now see them beside me. And let's go with these 5 last winners. And they are Suma, Connecting Visions, Service Club, Woke, and Take. Congratulations! Let's find out more about your projects.
So we identify the professionals' identities and we match them to the companies. So the best thing of Taki is that with one single process you can have access to many vacancies, amplifying your capability to get a job.
Our value proposition is deliver fresh products, cheaper products for the customers, and at that same time, we can increase our income for our farmers they can be at the countryside with a better quality of life.
Service Club is a training-based recruitment platform. We use microlearning as an effective psychological profiling and matching tool. Our value proposition to both sides is rework and remain, because the right employment fit means less unemployed, more job satisfaction, higher retention rate, life quality, and stronger economies. These are the value props that we offer to both sides of the industry.
We enable companies to have access to the best talent existing in the market and the most competitive also from an economical point of view. And we provide the talent, the professionals, visibility and access to companies to work with them in their business challenges. I would say that this would summarize our value proposition.
Woke creates a new conscious and collaborative way for independent work to thrive in a way that independent workers can actually receive the same benefits as a regular worker.
Thank you all for participating with your hard work, your amazing ideas, and your illusion. And once again, congratulations. We are getting to an end here, and I would like to welcome the Global Head of Santander Universities, Javier Rogla. He is the main responsible for this initiative, which shows the strong commitment of Santander Universities has with Santander X and its mission to boost and support the next generation of entrepreneurs. Javier, I know you want to address us with some closing words, so please go ahead.
Thank you, Esther, and great job emceeing, as always.
Thank you.
It is a great honor, probably underserved, to be the last one to speak in this event, which is the culmination of a lot of hard work by all the candidate entrepreneurs, first and foremost, but also by the organizing team, our wonderful universities, strategic and institutional partners, the amazing juries, and all the people behind this great effort that is the Santander X Tomorrow Challenge. To all of you, a big, big thank you. At Santander, we are proud to be the largest corporate sponsor to higher education in the world. For we passionately believe that by supporting learners and entrepreneurs, we are building a more inclusive and sustainable future. This challenge was conceived at the outbreak of the pandemic in Europe, and with the fear that some weeks later it would arrive to the Americas. Among other things, Santander universities channeled circa 10 million euros to university-based research on vaccine development, treatments, and protocols. Additionally, we offer more than 20,000 scholarships to support learners gain employability skills. Many still can be found at becas.santander.com. And we designed the Santander X Tomorrow Challenge to identify the best entrepreneurial solutions to support people and SMEs overcome the trials that COVID-19 poses and will unfortunately continue to pose. The winners today have showed us how entrepreneurship plays a decisive role in tackling novel problems. That is true for COVID-19 and also for any other problem we might think of. To all of you, congratulations. My heart goes to the 20 finalists that have not won today because, these were also amazing, amazing projects. We are proud to support the 20 great winner initiatives achieve the greatest impact possible, and today is only the beginning of a journey together. I will end by encouraging all current and future entrepreneurs to visit santanderx.com and look for ways in which Santander can support you, and also by asking you to help us get better with comments and suggestions. For you will help us realize our purpose of making people and businesses prosper. Thank you all, and back to you, Esther.
Thank you, Javier. Thank you, all the participants. And also thank you those who are watching us live. You already know it and you have seen it. If you have an idea, enter Santander X and explore all the opportunities we have to offer you. Register and start your own journey. It's been a pleasure to be with you today. It is time to get together to build a new brave world. This is certainly the right direction, so let's all keep working on it. All together now. Thank you for taking part of this huge initiative. We wish you all the best with your projects. Good luck and goodbye.